41. Paul Menard up in the air, but he keeps it down on the wheels. Paul Menard, when he got turned around, all four wheels looked as though they had come off the ground as he was sliding sideways.
A lot of damage to the hood. Otherwise, he's going to be able to put on tires. See a little damage to the left front there. He's going to be able to put on tires and be okay, but that damage to the hood there, that's going to be very concerning.
Be hard to fix. Left front fender.
Look at the roof.
Left front lower nose, left front lower nose. I don't know if we'll get the hood on it or not. We'll give it a shot.
They're talking about what they'll have to do if they want to stay in this race. He was running 15th. Take a look at what happens.
Seeming outside line. Looks like he gets turned by the 48 of Jimmy Johnson. Just a little hook there on the left rear quarter panel. Spins him down through the grass.
This race is going to continue to get more aggressive. As we wind into it, we're going to see more accidents, more pushing, more shoving. Stuff's going to get wild.
How about riding right in the middle now? Just waiting for whichever line. Huge push. And around goes a two. Too big of a push. He caught the 41.
The big one.
Logano's caught up in it.
Oh, my goodness.
Denny Hamlin. Austin Dillon has damage. Daniel Suarez trying to avoid. Ty Dillon sliding in. A wreck 22 of Joey Logano sitting on the apron. A wreck 2.
All the Penske cars right there. The one organization that everybody came here thinking they had the best shot to win, all three of their cars wiped out in this accident.
Ryan Blaney in the 12, sitting there in the grass. Saw the 2.
The one organization that everybody came here thinking they had the best shot to win, all three of their cars wiped out in this accident.
Ryan Blaney in the 12, sitting there in the grass. Saw the 2 of Brad Keselowski. A lot of damage to the 9 of Chase Elliott.
So many good cars. This wreck happened in the front of the field.
This is what Daytona's all about. Take out some contenders, and now this really is an opportunity race for somebody sitting out at 16, sitting out at top 16.
Denny Hamlin with big damage. Another fast car.
A big push we saw out of the 17 of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Was it too big of a push?
We'll have to take a look at the replay. Let's take a look at the replay from the 9 car first.
See all the damage to Chase Elliott.
We're getting pretty aggressive here, and Ricky was pushing him and also turning down the racetrack, and that was enough to turn the 2 car around. It's just so much happening right there, and they were coming up on Williams so fast that I believe Brad was sort of throttling down a little bit because he was going to run to the back of the 24, because you see the 24 blocking here. So Brad's probably throttling down a little bit, and Stenhouse coming across the nose.
Yeah, so right here, the 17. Watch the 17 when he gets into the rear bumper. Right there, hits him in the right rear, and that's what sends him. We talked about that earlier. That's where you want to buck draft somebody. You want to bump them in the right rear. But when you do that, and the speed's wrong, and it's misaligned, and also he's turning left, then that literally just shoves the left rear bumper to the inside of the car, and it shoots the nose straight to the wall.
We've seen this generation of car. These guys, their bumpers don't line up all that great. We don't never see these guys lock bumpers like they used to, or like we see in the Xfinity Series. So anytime they make a push, they got to be careful. And that was incredibly, there's just so much happening there, as you see. Running up on William Byron so fast.
Look who gets through. The 31 of Ryan Newman. The 18 of Kyle Busch. But after that, everyone fighting to find some type of a clear racetrack. The 41, Jimmy Johnson sideways, but is there contact? He was still in the gas as it came up on the high banks.
18's on his quarter panel. He's going to side draft him right here in 3 and 4. Oh my goodness.
Sideways the 18, hard into the wall. Around goes the 24 as well. William Byron sliding all the way to the inside wall. Jamie McMurray caught up as well. Kyle Larson avoiding the 18. He went way down on the apron.
Guys, I'm afraid to say it, but I think Stenhouse was involved in this one as well.
I do too.
Can't wait to see the replay so we can really dissect how this all started. I did not see these guys having an accident right there.
Denny Hamlin, before this race started yesterday, he said he expected to see a wreck fest. Well, Denny Hamlin, you were right.
As Denny is probably sitting in his bus right now watching this race.
I mean, this is crazy. We're not halfway.
And the very charismatic winner from a week ago at Chicagoland Speedway, Kyle Busch, walking away from his destroyed 18. He hit the wall hard. He comes over to talk with William Byron.
Just checking on him. Take a look at the roof cam of the 17. So he gets into the quarter panel 18. 18's trying to get down there and side draft, and the 17 of Ricky Stenhouse is not following the 24, not following his line exactly. He's also trying to side draft. So Ricky's trying to side draft 18. 18's coming down to side draft to 24. Just a couple bad decisions there. Trying to, you got to be aggressive on the side draft, and that's what happens sometimes when there's 3 or 4 guys trying to do the same thing.
So what the 17's trying to do right there is he's trying to get as close to the left rear quarter panel of the 18 to slow him down, and he gets into him. He came up the racetrack so aggressively, I almost wonder if he got tight or something. Like,
maybe.
He can see that the 18 is right next to William Byron. The 18 can't go any lower. Watch what happens right here. So see how close the 18 and the 24 are. Right here. 18, he's not going to go any lower. The 17's up the racetrack and gets into the 18. Just makes me wonder if Ricky Stenhouse Jr. didn't lose the front of the car and get up the racetrack and get into the side of him. In trying to side draft and you're close to somebody, if your car gets tight and it moves 2 feet, now you're into the left of the quarter panel and causing a wreck.
We saw these guys have balance issues on the bottom groove. And he could have lost the front in the dirty air of the 24. He could have lost the nose a little bit there. I think he was going up there to get a little side draft and maybe did overestimate how much front grip he had.
Ricky Stenhouse Jr. gets through.
For this draft of cars, and you can see,
a lot of sparks flying. The 42 goes around, collects the 17. Larson around and got Ricky Stenhouse Jr. as he was going.
Tire. Yeah, 10-4.
The 48 also, we mentioned you can't make a mistake. The 48 was going to have to come to pit road because they pitted outside the box. Steve, is that a big break for them that the caution comes out?
Man, sometimes you just have to be lucky. This is a big, big save for the 48. As you mentioned, that penalty was going to hurt them. Now he'll be able to serve that penalty under yellow, which would be
right there.
He's got
see?
a flat tire.
Yeah, he had a problem. It just spun all by himself. I saw sparks flying from the car. I didn't think
tire.
Yeah.
The right rear tire come apart.
I didn't think Ryan Newman made contact. It's just he has a problem right rear tire, and around he goes. Stenhouse, nothing he could do.
decisions, though, guys. Decisions. Remember the 17. Would he have been at the back of that pack? Would he have even been in that position if they would have pitted earlier with the other leaders?
So this, the sixth caution to slow the pace here at Daytona as we go NASCAR nonstop.
Well, the driver can, before the spotter can tell you.
Chris Buescher of Prosper, Texas, trying to go around. And of the 96, DJ Kennington. Can he straighten it out before he hits the inside wall? He does. They'll stay green if he stays going the right direction and can back up to speed. We mentioned he was up running in the top two spot. DJ Kennington around, bringing out the seventh caution as we go NASCAR nonstop.
To you. Drag that back on caution. There it is.
Ricky Stenhouse Jr. around. The tire finally goes down.
Down in the grass, you're fine. Nothing else coming.
Paul Menard races down pit road because he wanted to avoid any of the problems. This is great for Jimmy Johnson. He was the car that was scored one lap down, the highest scored one lap down car, and so he will get his lap back.
Go straight to the track.
He's going to drive straight to pit road. He's going to go through the grass and come to pit road rather than going all the way around the racetrack.
Yeah, I don't think you can get around the racetrack without a left rear tire on it. Take a look here. Obviously, we talked about it. He's got the left rear tires going down. He knows it. Look at it shred that car apart. Look at all that crush panels, foam flying out of that thing.
Winner of stage 1, winner of stage 2. We called him a gladiator earlier.
Look at him. Watch this. Look at his hands. Trying to hang on to this thing. Look at all the stuff flying around in the cockpit. He's looking around.
Still got 4 or 5
Trying
combinations.
to see which way is which.
See all those flames down below on the left side of him. That's all just a tire blowing apart, taking out metal, aluminum, everything that's down there.
Eighth caution. And now, under 10 laps to go at Daytona. Casey Kane, can he finish it out? He's in front. Forward.
I wonder if he didn't take it because of his teammate, or the teammate to the 4 cars behind him.
Into the wall again. This time Eric Almirola caught up. The 00 of Joey Gase and the 34, who had a great run tonight, gets caught up in it, Michael McDowell.
Oh, Jimmy Johnson as well.
The 48 of Jimmy Johnson just got back on the lead lap. Not a lot of damage to the 48, though.
We're on your way, fellas.
And a wheel rolling down the racetrack.
That thing still has the hub and everything in it. Broke off from the axle, broke off from the housing, it looks like.
See the smoke on the right front of the 48.
Yeah, you see, that's where the wheel was on Eric's car.
Almirola
completely ripped it off of the housing. Wow. Jeez, must have been heavy contact to do that.
Michael McDowell trying to climb out of the 34.
I feel bad for Michael McDowell.
Wheel still going.
Michael McDowell had such a good night going, led some of this.
And now the flames from under the hood. What a great night Michael McDowell had up until that point.
They are 3 wide, 4 wide.
Yeah, the 4 wide just hooked him.
Yeah. Just not enough. This track is just not wide enough for 4 wide. At Talladega, you can make it work. It's a little bit wider, but this racetrack is just not as wide as Talladega.
Here's another look at it. The 00 is already hooked. Turned down the corner. Joey Gase, he's just trying to gather it up. Nowhere for those guys to go.
And Jimmy Johnson's like, oh, I've seen this before.
That heavy impact with McDowell sandwiching Eric in the wall. Wow, what a hit. This shears that.
The wheel comes
right
off, and then you see the 48 sliding down into the grass. The wheel actually comes back and hits the 10 and rolls over the top of it and then keeps going down the racetrack.
That hurts.
Look at this.
Yeah, I see the
The
tire.
wheel comes back, runs over the top of the 10 and keeps going.
Those hurt. When you're the outside car and the cars just drive you into the wall, those are the ones that, to me, just knock the breath out of you. It just.
Once they get the white flag, the next flag will call it to 14 around. Boyer into the wall. The caution comes out just before they get to the start-finish line.
Some big impacts.
Bain caught up, as is Bubba Wallace. Brendan Gaughan also in this. The 48 of Jimmy Johnson, Trevor Bain. A lot of damage to Jimmy Johnson's car. Ross Chastain. Major damage to the 15. Overtime rules. You have to get back to take the white flag for it to be a complete race. Otherwise, they'll try again. This time the caution came out just before Martin Truex Jr. got to the finish line. And we see Jimmy Johnson climbing out of the window. So they will try overtime one more time. You see Trevor Bain. He's won at this racetrack before, as you mentioned, trying to prove himself again. Clint Boyer got sideways in the tri-oval, hit the wall hard.
Let's take a look at the replay, get an idea how this all started. There you see Clint Boyer and Bubba Wallace. Clint's on the inside. Bubba's got a little tire rub there, but he's shoving and he just turns, pushing so hard. And Clint was moving around on the front bumper. And it hooked him into the wall. That's just real aggressive bump drafting. Here's from the 43 roof cam. And he just turned him sideways there, hooked him bad.
Keep coming, keep coming.
That's just really aggressive pushing. Really aggressive bump drafting, which is what's going to happen at the end of these races.
Yeah, they got misaligned. When they got misaligned, here's Kevin Harvick.
No help yet. Keep digging here. Keep coming, keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. Easy.